Hey everyone, Bryce here. Welcome back to Papa Murphy's Vlogs 2.0. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to do the dishes. Let's get into it. First, I like to start off with the tiny stuff. You first grab the metal, whatever the tiniest thing is. I dip it in the soap after I spray it off, throw that in the sanitizer, get that nice and sanitized. And then I start off with the lid. So grab your spray thing here. This is what you gotta grab first. Grab your thing, go over to this empty sink, and you're just gonna spray that off, get everything off. You don't want any sauce, sausage, pepperoni, olives, black olives, green peppers, anything like that on there, tomatoes, anything. Cheese, doesn't matter, get that off. Once that's off with the lid, I like to dip that in the soap so it's nice and soapy, and then throw that in the sanitizer. I apologize if I have to cut this vlog in multiple parts in case a customer walks in. Just a heads up. I'm going to grab another lid. There's some cheese on this. I'll give you guys a close-up on that. You can see it's kind of gross. That's why it's getting washed. Spray that off. The pressure's a little bit lower right now because another sink is currently running. I'm going to spray all this off, guys. And then you're going to do the same thing. Dip that in the soap. Nice and soapy. And throw that in the sanitizer. This is going to be our friend here pretty soon. That's called a sponge. S-P-O-N-G-E. Grab the other lid. Same thing, guys. Spray all that off. Once it's nice and sprayed off, dip it in the soap so it's nice and soapy, and throw that in the sanitizer. Another lid, guys. It's just a routine here. And if you're just starting here, this should not be hard. It should be one of the first things you learn, one of the first things you get going at, guys, and you just get really good at that. That way everyone throughout the day, little by little, you can come back here and crank out these dishes when it's less busy. Nice and soapy, throw that in the sanitizer, get that sanitized, all right? There's still some stuff on there I've been told. You're gonna get that nice little spray. Sometimes that happens, sometimes that happens. Sometimes your friend Sponge comes in here, S-P-O-N-G-E, you can rub that. Dip it in the soap again. Anytime you re-clean it, dip it back in that soap before you throw that back in the sanitizer. Spray this lid off next, guys. Here we go. So you guys basically have an idea here, so I'm going to crank through these small stuff, and I'm going to get back to you guys when we're working on these big lids. That's the bulk of the dishes. That is the bulk. So I'm going to crank through the small stuff right here, right now. Let's get going on that, guys. I'll get back at it with these cups. Oh, by the way, these cups, a little trick I like to do, put that right there, it fits them out perfectly, and just go spraying that to get all the inside of that. You see this, guys? I don't know how well you can. No, I did not make a mess because I'm a pro. All right, don't forget. If you have questions, you can ask any of us that have been here for a while. It's all right. First starting, ask those questions, ask those questions, ask those questions, because that's how you get better. All right? It's okay. Don't be afraid. We don't bite. Unless it's Halloween and you're dressed as a vampire. It was Halloween yesterday, so you might have gotten bitten. I'm just kidding. I'm just being a hoot. Just being a hoot. All right, guys. We're almost through these silver things that we're washing up right now. These I like to just spray off, dip in the soap, throw them in the sanitizer. Now we're going to crank out these cups. That's what I'm going to do right now. So I apologize if I don't say anything to you guys for the next few minutes while I take on these cups, all right? Apologize about the rolling sound. That's just the garbage getting taken out. But that's not what we're focused on. That's a video for another day. Now sometimes there is music on when you're doing this, especially around closing time. Other times, it is just yourself, and you got to provide your own entertainment with us. There's music on right now, but sometimes I like to hum to myself or whistle, sing, whatever you gotta do to push through. Bob your head a little bit, guys, really get into it. Let's stay on copyright, it's enough to turn that off for now. Hey, you gotta turn that without copyright reasons. Apologize, guys, I hope you jammed out for a little bit, but we can't be having that in this video, but you get the vibe, you get the vibe, you get the vibe. V-I-B-E, vibe. So like I said, I'm just cranking these out right now. I'm getting them nice and clean, dipping them in the soap. I like to fill it up, pour it out back in the soap. Of course, throw it in the sanitizer. Oh, we're currently getting a phone call, guys, so I'm going to go quiet for a minute while I crank these out. Alright guys, so we're getting a phone call, that's why I'm being quieter, but I just cranked these out. And so what you do here is they're all in the sanitizer bin. They're all in the sanitizer sink. So you're just gonna reach in here. I'm making a word vlog. And you're gonna just reach in here. These are all sanitized now, and you're gonna just start racking them. Rack them close together so everything's nice and organized. Just rack these close together, like I said, so everything's grouped and organized. These small lids I like to put up here, you will see that. I'll show it all after I get done racking them. Oh, brutal. Put you guys back over here. I'm gonna finish racking these. So that's how you do the small stuff in the dishes. I'm gonna make another video here showing you guys how you do that bigger dishes. So with these bigger dishes, guys, you're gonna get this label on here because that's what shows the prep date and the expiration date. You're gonna have to spray that off before you can rack it. And then you're going to use your sponge and scrub it down. Important tip to remember, everything needs to make its way through the sanitizer water at least once. Just remember that. One like this, it's got liquid in it, just dump it in the sink over here. And now I'm going to show you guys what this looks like after I spray it down, because you see that label on there, that has to get off. Easy way to do that, just spray it. Right here's the label. I'm just spraying that off. So as you can see, label, I just sprayed that off with that hose. That's what that's there for. Dip it through the sink or soap, sponge. Get that all out and then dip it through the sanitizer. Big dishes, it's just the same thing for the big dishes. No matter how big, how small, these types of dishes, same thing. Spray it down, get the label off, put it in the soap water, scrub it down with the sponge, put it through the sanitizer water. Then rack it. That's all it is. Saw me hold the hose there is because I was spraying that label off. Don't forget to do that. Spray the inside and the outside of each dish. You can't get everything off with the hose. That's where your friend sponge comes in. Dip it through the soap water. Scrub it down.
Down.
Yeah, down. D-A-H-N. Get all that soap, then dip it through the sanitizer. And I like to rack them on a punch. Got one more of these, and then we got the half size. Like I said, guys, you can't get everything off with the hose. Sometimes cheese sticks on there. That's where the sponge comes in. That's why you always have to scrub everything down thoroughly. Don't forget to do that. Inside and out. We're watching you, always. Now we got a half size one and now we're done. Half size one, same thing. Close it down, get the label on. Spray it down. Dip it through the soap. Grab the sponge, scrub it down. And I like to rack these behind the full size ones. You can fit 2 on each full size. 2 halves on one full. Put that right there. There's something else in the sanitizer water. It's just another one of these things. See something I take off. And then when you're all done, you come over to the hand washing sink. Turn that on, hot, cold, whatever you prefer. Wash your hands down. Grab a couple of pumps of soap. Scrub your hands. Rinse those off, rinse those puppies off, then grab yourself however paper towel you need. I grab about 4 or 5. Scrub down all my arms, my hands. And you, ladies and gentlemen, have just completed the dishes. This is them racked. I like to rack these ones up here if you can fit them. Depends how many you can fit. Cups usually go here, but it depends. There's other stuff here right now. So you can't take up room with cups with those because that's taking up room right now. So cups are up here. You got your handles here. Spacers. That's what they're called. Spacers. Sorry about that. Quarter. I like to put these ones here, these ones, and then the half ones of those on this rack right up here above the sinks. Because normally these aren't here. They are right now. That's okay. But I like to put these full ones right here with the half size of those right behind them. Then I got a cutting board set up usually, the full bins and the half bins, and then quarter bins if necessary. Otherwise, guys, that is about it for the dishes. Just make sure you squeegee this off so your fellow employees and co-workers do not slip. Thank you for joining me. Next time, we will be joined on the work vlogs, possibly with a special guest, so just stay tuned for that, guys. Thanks for joining me. You learned how to do dishes. You're a pro.